What's good, YouTube? Today I'm going to be starting the Elden Ring Convergence mod. This mod has a lot of new stuff to the game. I'm talking about classes, weapons. Each class gets its own unique start. There's reworked dungeons, there's reworked bosses, new bosses, physic crafting, there's talisman crafting, and an Earth Tree teleport system. And that's just what I know of off the top of my head. I've played this mod just a little bit. I have a character that's 4 hours in right now and I'm a big fan of it. On my first run through, I played as this fella, the Dreadnought. It was a great start. Um, Good chance we'll do that again just because of the stat lineup. Vigor, strength as the two priority with high endurance and relatively okay dexterity. I also think the hammer was pretty strong when I started with that. But we'll go through every class and kind of consider the options. Because I don't really remember them honestly. I just remember the one I played. First one being Retainer. I wish I could look at the weapons a little more closely, but I think that's just a short sword. Its stats are real all around, and I can't be too sure what the point of the class is. So I guess I'm not actually familiar with what a Retainer is as a class or a title. Vanguard. Also not exactly what I'd expect from a Vanguard. I can't tell what kind of weapon that is. It might be a rapier. That would be my guess. But this is another all-arounder class. These stats are fairly high in multiple different categories. I think that's a pretty good start. Marksman, I don't know if anybody's starting with this one just because the bows aren't fun. Uh, High dexterity, another kind of all-arounder. I'm surprised it's got high mind. That might be so you can use the abilities with your bow. Though 10 isn't even high. Berserker, that's a type of axe, and that does look like a fun start. I always love arcane builds. Dreadnought, we already talked about this one just a little bit. High strength above everything else, but I would say it's an all-arounder. Cell sword, I'm not too familiar with that weapon. It looks kind of like a twin blade to me. Um, that's an interesting one. I think it's got the scale armor on. Rogue, it's a pretty expected rogue setup. A little buckler and a dagger. High dexterity, otherwise normal stats. The Glint Sorcerer, high intelligence as you expect. Looks like that might be the, oh, I'm forgetting the name of that staff right now, but that is a good start. I'm not really a magic enjoyer myself. Starcaller, I wonder if this is like gravity magic. That would be my guess. Underworld Mage, it's gonna be I think it's not blight. It's like death, something like that. You know that you're gonna see the twins using the fat one and the thin one. Volcanist. Um, so yeah, that's gonna use a seal. It looks like that could be a fun start. But yeah, I'm not a mage guy. Stormcaller, that is an all-arounder right there. Wow, and it's got an axe and a staff. That's a word. Nox Oracle, that is pretty sick. That's got one of the flowing blades, if I can tell, and a staff. Necromancer, that'd be fun. I'm not actually sure what they would put on that class in general. Frost Witch, high arcane, high intelligence, excuse me, relatively high mind. Aberrant Heretic, that's an interesting class. High intelligence, high arcane, low or middling in the rest of the stats. Flame Prophet, that could be a fun class. Yeah, that's gonna use a seal. Fundamentalist is gonna use a seal. I like the axe. That is cool. Looks like a paladin almost. Bestial Devout. That is awesome. It starts with a DLC weapon, the Beast Claws. That's always got a fun moveset. Dragon Cultist. That's surprised it's got kind of low intelligence and arcane. I feel like I would have expected that one to have high in all three of those stats. Godskin Celebrant, excuse me. High intellect, high faith. I'm not familiar with that weapon. Frenzied Zealot. Oh, that's pretty dope. That's gonna have obviously the Frenzy Flame seal and yeah, pretty high intelligence, pretty high faith, nothing too crazy. Blood Initiate, I'm not familiar with that seal. Servant of Rot, another seal I'm not familiar with. Mystic. Wow, there's a lot of classes. Perfumer, and then the Prisoner, the OG. Um, well, I mean, it is a little bit different in the original Elden Ring, just because the class with 10 and everything is always just like naked. Yeah, based on what we've seen, we're just gonna go with old reliable. I'm a big fan of this hammer, and I feel like that'll give us a good starting position. Choose a body type. Okay, keepsake. See what we could start with. Can start with a remnant. These are used for crafting, physic, talisman, things like that. I think some of them are just like actual stat boosts. I'm not 1,000% sure. I think we'll start with the combat remnant. Or would it be the heirloom remnant? I want a talisman. I'm gonna take the combat one and hope that's it. Might have a saved favorite. Yeah, we'll just take that character. Just a little bit wider body. All right. I'm gonna I'm gonna let the cutscene play for a second. I'm a huge fan of the cutscene.
The fallen leaves tell a story. The great Elden Ring was shattered. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found. And in the night of the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish. Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring. The mad taint of their newfound strength triggered the shattering. A war from which no lord arose. A war leading to abandonment by the greater will. Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all. Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands, the ever-brilliant Gold Mask. Fear, the deathbed companion, the loathsome Dung-Eater, and Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing. would again bless, a tarnished of no renown. Cross the fog to the lands between, to stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord.
Alright, I just wanted to let that play without interruption. We've made it. I do want to say it took me a little bit when I first watched that cutscene. Actually, it wasn't until after I played the game myself to understand that like all those names listed in the second half of the cutscene were the people we are competing with for the Elden Ring, or the other people who see the grace and the Elden Ring calls to them as well. Okay, it says we can return here at any time from the lectern on the second floor of the Round Table Hold. Memory can be fleeting, but the knowledge housed here will persist throughout your journey should you ever wish to revisit. Starting class offers a collection of armor sets, weapons, and potentially spell runes for you to seek out and utilize on your path to reclaim the Elden Throne. Notes exist that will guide you down this path and can be found at each unique class starting area once you leave the Sanctuary of Lost Knowledge. Path notes describe where to find armor sets and spell runes when available. Weapon notes describe where to locate weapons and spell catalysts best suited for your class. These notes can be read in the Notes tab of your inventory menu. Press X to read the extended descriptions. Okay. Keystones. Keystones of the Forge are relics callously guarded by powerful foes across the lands between, found in possession of shard bearers, legendary foes, and demigods alike. 5 separate keystones are required to access the Forge of the Giants, and without them it is impossible to claim the Elden Throne. There are 2 various ways of obtaining the first 3 keystones, but the remaining 2 can only be found in the Lendale Royal Capital and Crumbling Farm Azula. If you find yourself in need, Selwyn the Owl can be found within the Sanctuary of Lost Knowledge and has been known to act as a guide for those that seek keystones of the Forge. Remnant crafting. You can acquire talismans and flask of Winter's Physic crystal tears from crafting remnants. I do know a little bit about this already. Crystal tear remnants can be found at the base of the Earth trees, while talisman remnants can be found nearly everywhere. Progression changes. We'll read that real quick. In order to break the seals barring access to Shadow Keep and the Stone Coffin Fissure, you must first defeat Radon at Redmane Castle and Moog, Lord of Blood within Moglin Palace. Okay, so to access Crumbling Farm Azula, we are going to have to use the 4 belfries, or use the ancient spark found at the Sanctum Undercroft beneath the Bestial Sanctum and Dragon Barrow. The Moonlight Altar and Astel, Natural Born of the Void, are no longer accessed through the Grand Cloister at the end of the Lake of Rot, as the stone coffin has been removed. To gain entry, you must rest in a stone coffin, one located at the edge of the nameless Eternal City in Deep Root Depths, or the other within the depths of Celia Crystal Tunnel, access through Celia Town of Sorcery in Caelid. Okay. All armor provides passive bonuses, while warrants such as stat and damage increases. Certain armors will provide additional abilities that can be activated in various ways. Yeah, I have seen a little bit about this already. Alright, well, not a spell enjoyer. Let's see what we got over here. I think this might be our... Oh, okay. Nice. We're just gonna equip the steed right there. That's what I always do. And I'm not using the shield. Let's get into it. I don't remember where this will actually start us. It has been a good few months since I played. As a result, there are no soft caps for damage output. Okay, so that's interesting. Everything scales linearly, which is not how it was before. Maybe that was just catalyst items and something like that. Path of the Dreadnought. Weapons for Dreadnought. Okay, let's see if I can have a quick look at this. I already forgot where to find notes. Alright, Dreadnought primarily uses strength. South of the lake, High Road Cave. Okay, we can come back to that. I don't really feel the need to read like where to go get stuff. Alright, let's see where we are. Okay, south. I'm surprised that's already discovered. Isn't that right? Then we'll just walk there. Alright, it has been a minute since I was in Elden Ring. Oh, I forgot, this is a big part of why this mod is so awesome to me. It auto picks up stuff for you. It's just another quick source of income if you take advantage of that. For me at least, I'm not really a crafting enjoyer. Let's grab our grace. Actually, we already had that one, technically.
Well, it's been an age, so can I help?
Nice, we can acquire the bell bearing. Let's see what he has for sale. Okay, just crafting stuff.
Cover safe?
Thank you, boss. Alright. At this point, we'll head up to the church, get what's provided there. Jesus, this doesn't seem like a safe place at all. Alright. Get this and have a quick seat. Go ahead and run around and pick up our stuff real quick. I'm sure that'll be a faith required weapon, so that's not really going to work for us. Let's have a quick look at the item we started with. I was hoping it would like show up here. Okay, it is here. Nice. Charge attacks. I like the jump attack one. Yeah, we'll probably just grab that. Oh, it's got a lot of really useful stuff. It attacks with two-handed weapons. It's interesting. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and grab the jump attack one, because it's simple. I know how it works. And we'll start there. Oh, we already can have 4 talismans. That's crazy. I'm glad I started with an item that gives me talismans then. Alright, we'll head up to the church up there. Weeping Everghoul. We'll come back for Everghouls and stuff like that. First I want to kind of just get our bearings under us a little bit. So far, most things are looking about the same. Obviously, the class is quite different, the starting spot is quite different, but see how that goes. I'll take a quick seat just in case I aggroed something I didn't notice. Go ahead and grab this, and then we'll just head off. I don't really need to upgrade just yet. Golden samples. Those are great to have. I mean, need those. I almost want to just head into the Limgrave for the normal start, but I'm feeling like it's probably a better idea to run into a cave. There's one up here. Yeah, we'll start with the cave. Also try to clear this little spot out. These guys can be a little rough to fight. They got the big one. Yeah, I just don't know if we gain much by doing this. So we'll just move on. Yeah, we'll head for that cave and take it from there. Alright, here we go. Let's take the elevator. Keep it simple. Quick seat. Alright. Not too sure what that does, if anything applicable. Alright. Let's head on in deeper. I don't remember this cave too well. I don't remember a lot of this stuff all that well. It has been a little bit since I explored this part of the game. Dang, I was hoping that would like have enough delay that he would stop blocking. That's alright though. Let's have a look back here. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, okay, it's just wings. Don't want to take a bunch of damage. There's a door. It's not a door. Sheesh. It's pretty close. Wonder what I have to do for that. I miss a lever. Wonder if it's not in this room. We're gonna have to fight these guys real quick. Lucky he missed. No way. Am I dead? Wolf, wolf. I hate these guys, man. I'm out of potions. Okay, this is looking very, very, very bleak. So maybe I'll return back towards the entrance and die there. Even farther back. I can live. I will live. That was tough. That was not a good showing. That was abuse. Okay. I gotta figure out where the lever is to open that gate. I might be able to level up real quick. take it. Okay. Yeah, we'll take this back on in the next one. We'll go ahead and call this one right here. Alright, thank you guys for watching. It was great. Great episode 1. Elden Ring Convergence. It's I already knew it was harder than the normal game. At least by a little bit. This isn't anything interesting yet, but like I said, I played through it for 4 hours. Um, thanks for watching and peace for now.